Whataburger and Dave Campbell's Texas Football are proud to honor the best and brightest stars in Texas high school football with the announcement of the 2019 Whataburger Super Team. Texas high school football fans from across the state nominated more than 5,000 players, resulting in more than 300,000 ballots on TexasFootball.com. Of all of those, only 40 outstanding athletes rose to the top to be named with this unique honor. Today, we are proud to recognize 2019 Whataburger Super Team recipient Chidozie Nwankwo. And joining us to do that, we have the head football coach of the Foster Falcons, Shaun McDowell, and local Whataburger representative, Jill Bays. Coach McDowell, I'm going to start with you. Chidozie is obviously one of the most talented players in Texas, and you got to recognize, or you got to witness all of his remarkable plays and accomplishments firsthand. Tell me what it was like to be around Chidozie and how special it was for you to see him claim a spot on this year's Whataburger Super Team.
Being able to, I want to first thank Whataburger, Dave Campbell's Texas Football for honoring Chidozie in our program. Chidozie is a great young man and even better player. He is a joy to be around, but he has been a foundation of our football program for the last 4 years. He was a starter for us as a freshman on a state semifinal team, and he played like 56 games in his career. You know, you can only play 64. So he played a lot of football in his career. I mean, he was a grown man physically and mentally when he came in as a freshman, and it was a no-brainer. He was my first ever freshman to play on a varsity team in 18 years as a coach. So he really holds a special place in my heart. And he also will be a stalwart basically at Foster High School as a guy that one of the best to ever do it here. So we're really excited at him that y'all are honoring him, and I can't wait to see him when he gets back from Houston.
And we're excited to see him too. And Jill, we're very excited to have you here on behalf of Whataburger. Tell me a little bit about what it means for Whataburger to show their support for local Texas high school football teams.
Sure. Thanks for having us. So, as you know, Texans love their football and they love their Whataburger. So, Whataburger is proud to partner with Dave Campbell's Texas Football so that we can highlight and honor some of the most talented players, student athletes from our state.
Absolutely. And Coach, you kind of spoke a little bit about kind of the legacy that Chidozie leaves behind there at Foster High School. You mentioned it as well. He's going to Houston. He'll be playing for the Cougars this fall. If you're giving us the scouting report on Chidozie, what type of player are the Cougars getting?
They're getting a guy that is going to give everything that he's got, and I fully expect him to be like on the front of their football programs, on the front of their billboards. I mean, he is going to be the guy that's going to sell jerseys and tickets. I'd hate to compare him to somebody. He could be the next Ed Oliver at Houston. He wore number 10 the last few years to honor him at Foster. I think he's a hometown hero. They're just getting a kid that has a relentless work ethic, that loves football, that loves people, and he loves Houston, and it's always been for him the Houston, the Cougars. So he's going to have a great career there, and I'm really, really excited for him.
We certainly know he had success at Foster High School, and we wish him continued success there in Houston. And speaking of success, Jill, how much of a success has the Super Team partnership with Dave Campbell's Texas Football been for Whataburger?
Sure. It's been our second consecutive year. Texas high school football fans across the state have nominated more than 5,000 players, resulting in more than 300,000 total ballots on TexasFootball.com. So all of those 40 outstanding athletes rose to the top to be named to this unique honor, and we're just so pleased to be able to honor our student athletes.
And Coach McDowell, this has been an unprecedented time. We were talking about this before, obviously with quarantine and school closures, but you've had the great opportunity of being reunited with your team and getting back on the field for strength and conditioning. Tell me a little bit about what it's been like to be back with your guys and how you guys are preparing for the upcoming season.
It has been awesome and great. We started our summer conditioning workouts June 8th, Everybody has a mask. We take everybody's temperature and ask them all the questions that you have to have for COVID-19, make their responses. But it has been awesome. We haven't had any problems yet. We haven't been shut down. We've had 50 to 60, maybe 75% attendance. I know there's some guys and some parents that are uncomfortable with it, which we're being patient with them. But our kids have been working hard. They've been doing everything we've asked them to do, whether it's with us or with outside people. We started doing a little bit more start a couple of days ago with the increased practices and SSI and SAT camp that the UIL allows. So we're really excited about that. And our guys are in shape. They're excited. They're rested. And we're really excited to get started with real football on Labor Day.
Absolutely. We're excited. We're excited too. And Jill, Coach alluded to this earlier. Chidozie is just an outstanding young man, a great student athlete, destined for great things when he goes on to Houston. I'm interested to learn a little bit more about what Whataburger hopes to accomplish by presenting hardworking student athletes like Chidozie with the Super Team Award.
Well, they worked so hard, and we just want to continue to fuel more victories for these Texas high school football stars and their fans. So a partnership between Whataburger and Dave Campbell's is a natural fit, and it's what compels us to partner with organizations like Texas football to support this awesome tradition.
And Coach, I'm going to kind of flip that question around and ask it to you. You know this, Whataburger is a Texas institution. So what does it mean to you to have sponsors like Whataburger support not only the Whataburger Super Team Award, but Texas high school football programs across the state?
Well, it's awesome. I mean, even as I was growing up, like when we went on away games and we were fortunate enough to get Whataburger, that was like the thing. It's like, oh my God, I got Whataburger after a game. It's kind of a Texas tradition, Texas high school tradition. They're not going to always remember the score. They're going to remember the bus rides, and they're going to remember like what they ate, right? Because so in my experience, and so I just think it's a great organization. We're excited to be a part of it, and I just want to thank Whataburger for everything they do for Foster High School, because we use them a lot in all aspects, from breakfast to lunch to dinners, and all for Texas high school football, because those are two great institutions that that come together, and we're really fired up about it.
Absolutely. And Coach, we're talking about Whataburger, so I got to ask the question. When you go to Whataburger, what's your go-to order?
All right. So if the buffalo, chicken sandwich isn't on, which you could always get, right? I get the number one with cheese, large size, Diet Coke, and apple pie, right? Every time.
Now that is a guy that knows exactly what he wants. That is a strong order.
Yeah, I'm not scared.
You are not playing around. Well, Coach, I appreciate you carving out the time to jump on this call with us and to recognize Chidozie. Obviously, he leaves behind a great legacy at Foster High School, and we wish him continued success there at Houston. And Jill, I want to thank you for joining us as well, and thank you to Whataburger's continued support of the Whataburger Super Team. I hope everybody continues to stay safe. I know we're all looking forward to the upcoming season, and look forward to talking with everybody soon.
Thank y'all. It was great. I appreciate it.